See, in India, obviously, it's a slow start. And Jupiter, as a group, we always believe in, going green. And the vision of India to become carbon neutral by 2030 is an achievable goal. And in Jupiter, we've taken the initiative. We are soon going to launch our own EV commercial vehicle, which is right here in Indore, Pithampur. The plant is right here. And, the opening is in March. And we are very excited about this. And again, we have taken the initiative to go for the lithium-ion batteries. We've set up our own plant in Bangalore for that. And as I told you, we've introduced these batteries in railways as well.
Hello everyone. Today among us we have Mr. Vikash Lohia, Deputy Managing Director of JWL Jupiter Wagons Ltd, a renowned company in the space of mobility and transportation manufacturing, and it's valued at about 15,000 crores, doing very well, competing heavily, and doing many acquisitions with Mr. Vikash Lohia's expertise. So my first question, Vikash sir, is that JWL has been a big name in the industry, in railway mobility sector specifically. But for those who might not be familiar with it, could you tell us a bit more about the background, how it started, and what's your take overall, everything?
Okay, so JWL is, first of all, thank you for having me here. Jupiter Wagons is fairly a young company. So we started this company in 2006. So I studied at, Penn Wharton Business School, and I was, working in America. My dad is a technocrat. He was, CEO of a renowned company in India. But he always wanted to, have his own manufacturing setup. So one day he told us that, you need to come back and we are going to start this company. I told my dad, but I have no experience in manufacturing or engineering. He said, no, come back, we'll do it. So, in 2006, we, started this journey. We bought an asset of a closed company. And, from there, the journey started. It was a slow process, getting the machineries, to, retrofit the machineries with, modern technology and, getting the approvals from the government. As you know, railway is a, highly regularized sector. The government controls everything in India. So anything in railways you want to do, you have to get approvals from the government, and it takes a long, process. So it was frustrating in the beginning, but, we held our nerve. And with the support of my dad, we managed to, start production. And by the grace of God, today we are the number one company in India in terms of, wagon production. And that's it. That's how it started.
That's a wonderful story, I have to say. And Vikash sir, many industries in comparison to other source of transportation and mediums like aviation, automobiles, railways have been there forever, but they do not get the recognition that the others do. What are the some things that people overlook or don't even recognize or even appreciate about this railway business or industry?
So railway is, you have to understand, in India, railways is a common man's, mode of transportation. So, so railway doesn't get that, kind of attention it should get. You would be knowing that in India, the average cost of transportation is 14 to 15% of GDP, which is like one of the highest in the world. And for India to bring it down to, say, 8% or 7%, government needs to invest in railways, which I'm sorry to say, but the previous governments, never really invested in railways. Nobody had that vision. But under Prime Minister Modi, the Honorable PM, he had that vision that, he wants to take railway to be the best in the world, and he wants to bring down the transportation costs. So now, if you see in the budgets, railway is getting a huge allocation, and for the last 4 to 5 years, they've been getting a huge allocation. We've had very good ministers who are, at the helm of railways, and now railways is getting the attention that it should get.
I'm very glad to hear that. And on that note, there are some big infrastructure projects like Vande Bharat India, Middle East, European corridor that's being proposed with the GCC. And I wanted to understand what's JWL's role in that journey of growth.
So we've been always, gotten good new technology, and so we are the first ones to, we are doing a lot with Vande Bharat. We are introducing lithium ion batteries in Vande Bharat, which was never there before. So we are making the brake systems for Vande Bharat. We are making the coupling systems for Vande Bharat. And we have, a lot of joint ventures with a lot of European companies. And one of our partners, Tata Wagonka, they are the biggest manufacturers of wagons in Europe. Through them, we are getting new designs of wagons and coaches into India, which will be implemented soon, and you'll soon hear about it.
And that's wonderful to hear. And on that note, being sustainable is one of the hot topics.
Yeah.
And how does electric commercial vehicles future look like according to you?
See, in India, obviously, it's a slow start. And Jupiter, as a group, we always believe in, going green. And the vision of India to become carbon neutral by 2030 is an achievable goal. And in Jupiter, we've taken the initiative. We are soon going to launch our own EV commercial vehicle, which is right here in Indore, Pithampur. The plant is right here. And, the opening is in March. And we are very excited about this. And again, we have taken the initiative to go for the lithium-ion batteries. We have set up our own plant in Bangalore for that. And as I told you, we've introduced these batteries in railways as well. So, and slowly in all the railway coaches, you'll see, GEM, Jupiter Electric Mobility batteries in most of the coaches now.
That's a great initiative, I have to say, in order to promote the sustainability. And my next question is, Jupiter JWL competes heavily in a very regulated market. And there are many things that are going on that you have been doing, such as the acquisition of Talgood, which you have done recently. And I read about it in the news as well. Also, just to understand, what does the future look like for JWL in terms of the competition that's arising in the market? What's the moat, if I can say that, for JWL?
So we always, we are always thinking ahead. I mean, since the way we started in 2006, we had huge competition, but, right now they are, compared to JWL, they are not there in the picture. So we are always thinking ahead. And as I told you, I mean, we are constantly getting new technology into India. And that's the way to go in the future as well. I mean, and to be very honest, railway right now is quite keen to adopt new technology, to adopt more passenger-friendly, technology, and to increase the freight volume. So, I mean, if we continue to do that, I think the future is bright.
Very glad to hear that. And on that note, I would want your advice for any young professional like myself who possibly would want to get into the mobility sector and even manufacturing for that part. What would you advise them?
Any manufacturing sector, it's not an easy job. To be really honest, you have to get your hands dirty. I learned this the hard way. You have to, be on the shop floor. You cannot be sitting in your AC room and, doing business. You have to know the different stages of production as to what happens. Otherwise, people will take you for a ride. So, I mean, I did that. I mean, I even now I spend 2 to 3 days in a week on the shop floor. So that is, of utmost important. Secondly, you have to build a strong team, strong and dedicated team. If you're able to do that, half the work is, sorted. So these are the two major mantras that I think any young entrepreneur who wants to get into manufacturing should think about.
So on that note, resilience and good team. Let's sum it up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.